Hello. Are you able to hear? Hello. Hi. Are you able to hear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah. Just a minute. Okay. Yeah. Uh, yeah. We can wait for others, but in the meanwhile, if you have any. Hello. Yeah. Welcome all. So, yeah. So you can like raise your hands if you have any questions. So that will like make it easier to go over them. So I hope all of you are like preparing for Gate 2026.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So this is an like a question answer session. So anyone having the question can ask. So there are no questions.
There are questions, sir. 1 second. I will.
Okay. So is there any setting to allow like people to join automatically? Now I have to like approve each one. Okay, yeah, I will check that later. Yeah, so I think it was Krishna, right, who told he has a question.
Sir, I'm in the conference. Like how to approach the exam preparation strategy. Not strategy. It's like it may sound like simple, silly question, but
Sorry, which exam are you talking about? Gate exam?
gate exam. Gate exam.
Okay. Uh, so like, are
I
you
means
in
I
the
want
final?
to explain like a beginner. Even though I am in this exam for the 2 years, but my all the efforts gone, sir. Means I mean in the main exam I'm not able to perform in
Okay,
the that way.
okay. Okay, so in general, like, why does most people struggle for gate exam? Or anyone knows that? I mean, or like, not about struggle, but I think many people will be telling that gate exam is very hard, right? So why do they tell that?
Because they did not kept that much efforts, like that fundamental should be clear for the gate exam.
Yeah, the fundamentals should be clear. That is true. But the reason for that is everyone takes exams in the college. And the gate exam is very different from the college exams. So that is why like many people say that gate exam is difficult. But there are people who struggle in the college exams and do well in the gate exam. Because it's like, uh, yeah, like if you are talking about say cricket, there are some people who plays poorly in domestic cricket but plays well in international cricket. It's like
Exactly.
that. Yeah. So in the college exams, like I think most of the colleges there will be like some set of like previous year questions given. Everyone will study what is the answer for all the questions, and even if you study half of them, you will pass the exam, right? And that is why like there will be like a lot of like photocopy or like notes for those like college exams. Yeah, and those are the exact reasons why most students struggle in the gate exam. So typically, like most students would take coaching. How long they study for gate exam? Like maybe 6 months, some 1 year, some even 2 years. But how long is the BTech? It is 4 years, right? And even out of that, even if you ignore the first year, which has like generic subjects, still you have 3 years. So if you study the BTech properly for 3 years, the gate exam will be very easy for you. But since most students like go for alternative methods like studying the question banks or like previous year questions, and basically like they are mugging up the question and answers, and that can help in like university exams, because the more you write, the more marks you get. But that that is exactly opposite in the gate exam. And not only in the gate exam, say somehow you get admitted to IITs, and after that if you do the same habit like in undergraduate exams, where like you write rubbish thinking that more you write you will get more marks, you will get negative marks. Because the IIT professors are different. They are the ones who make the gate questions. So they look only for the clear fundamentals. So you cannot like cheat them by like writing or talking a lot of rubbish. That can work in like normal colleges, because I have seen like many of my friends also like even if they don't know anything, they will like keep on talking more to confuse the teachers. So now coming to the gate preparation again, like uh, first thing is that you have to completely forgot how you were learning in the like bachelor's or even in the school. uh, Only focus on like actual concepts, and once you do that, you can start feeling the difference. Like then you won't be asking for like more questions, like and start solving
Sorry
on your.
for that silly question, but I have some like subject specific not doubts. Like in the digital logic in the Go classes test series, there will be some questions like that wave form. It's
Okay,
it is
which will.
combinational circuits related questions. I feel very difficult. And the paging related concept also I feel very difficult. In the few questions we have seen, some answers are not controversial, but not everyone can understand like that how that internal paging concept, like how
Okay,
to approach the digital logic and the paging concept.
okay, so like some topics are difficult, like some of the virtual memory question, even if you know the complete concept, applying the concept and solving the question numerically, that may be difficult. So my advice would be like focus on like the simple ones, and like once you get comfortable and you are scoring well in those topics, then go for the difficult ones. Like the paging, there are simple questions, but there are like very complex ones also. So the advantage of solving complex, difficult questions is that once you are able to do that, it is like you have also kind of covered all the easy questions. So when I was solving the questions, gate questions, that was actually after my masters, while like answering them in gate overflow. That was what I used to do. I used to pick the most difficult question and try to answer that. And sometimes it took me 2 3 days to answer one question. But in those 2 3 days, I was like understanding everything which was needed to answer those questions. So, say in one topic, I needed to answer, or like I needed to spend time only for 1 or 2 questions. And after that, like almost 10 20 questions, it was like straight away I could answer. So, but if I was like looking for answers somewhere and trying to understand what that answer was telling, um, that that may not that won't be like so effective, because okay, I instead of spending 2 3 days, I could have got the answer in like 2 3 hours, or like even maybe a few minutes. But I will need to do that for all the questions. And when you go to the gate exam, there will be sometimes you will be lucky and you will get something similar, but there can be a completely different question also. So my advice is that don't focus on any of the answers from anywhere, but try to get answered on your own. Even like in gate overflow, we have given answers, but the point is that it is for anyone to like refer after like after getting their own answer. But I see that almost like 90% of the students are going to the answer and studying that. So that is not recommended. And like you told, if you are like finding 1 or 2 topics difficult, and that is if that topics are actually difficult, keep it for later. So gate preparation is also like playing a game. So there are easy levels and hard levels. So you can get stuck. So during that time, solve easy ones, and once uh, yeah, and once you have time and confidence, go for the hard ones. And there is another rule, which is that if you once solve a hard level in any game, then you won't find that hard. So same thing for solving questions also. So uh, yeah, focus on like uh, understanding all the topics properly. And after that, some questions which are like numerically hard to solve, or like you need to think a lot. If you find it hard, keep it for later. Uh,
Thank you, sir.
okay.
Your guidance is will help for sure.
Okay. Yeah. So like for like clearing gate exam, it's like no one can do it in one day. It's like a gradual procedure. But each day, if you are like if you think that you have spent the time for today in a good way. So in a good way means it's hard to quantify. Sometimes, like I told, you may not have even solved one question in a day. But if you are actually working for that question, that that is a good way. But if you are like uh, counting the questions, like you may say like, okay, I have seen 20 questions today, but if you have not understood even one, that is not useful. uh, okay, yeah, I think we have Gauransh Agrawal. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Radhe Radhe sir, big fan of you. I have actually two questions for from you. First is sir that how can I get know that my preparation is up to the mark, and sir second is that I find it difficult to study from books. How can I be more efficient while reading and understanding things from books?
Okay. Yeah. So how to know that if you are preparing properly? I mean, that is the reason why there are like previous year questions, right? So the previous year questions are the actual ones which came in gate. So you can expect similar questions to come every year. And this is true for any exam. Like if you take TIFR or even ISRO exams, the previous year questions, the main purpose of the previous year questions is they show like what to expect uh, in the actual exam. So if you are after studying a topic, and if you are able to answer the previous year questions on that topic, that means like you are doing good. And yes, what was the second question?
Sir, the second question was that I find it difficult to study from the books.
Okay, okay. Study from the book. So, okay. If I ask, like, what is the difficulty studying from the books?
Sir, actually, I don't get to understand the entire topic. It is like I get understood it in bits and pieces. Like thoda thoda samajh aa gaya.
Okay, so that is yeah, that is common only. Like no one will understand everything. I mean, as a student, and as a BTech student, or even as a master student, if you are reading from the any textbook, you won't get everything, and so you don't need to also like. So in GATE exam, or like even in any good exam, they won't ask you to like write everything which you write from the book. That like I used to like we used to do that in school. Like I think in the 10th exam and all, if you have the history book, if it has 200 pages, we have to like study every line in that, and then only you will get full marks. So those kind of things are like not required. So in the GATE syllabus or the topics which we need to study for GATE, actually you can take any standard book, and out of from that book only few pages are actually needed, and even from the few pages there are like only few things which you need to know to like do well in the GATE exam. And those are the and if you ask like how to know that what all the things which are needed, uh, even for that also like the previous year questions are a good guidance. So if you take a question and see the book and try to solve it with the help of the book, then you will be like recurring to go over multiple pages, reading multiple definitions, and once you solve that question with the help of the book, then automatically you have gone through the book and understood everything which is needed. um, like you should not go over the book like preparing for a college exam where like you will be going every paragraph, every line, and trying to like remember or understand what is given there. That is not needed or required for GATE exam. For example, like I have seen some people asking like which textbook to follow for some subject. But again, if you are following standard books, most of the subjects have like two, three standard books. So any book is enough. Different authors have different ways of like communicating. So whichever you find easier, that is fine. Like they might be like um, following different ways to communicate the same thing. So once you understand uh, those correctly, you will find that all the books are the same. But still, you should only follow the standard books, because the non-standard books, they will be using different ways to say, but they will be also telling things in the wrong way. So for GATE exam, no one should follow any non-standard book. That is mandatory. But if you are following the standard book, yeah, you don't need to like go over every page or every paragraph, but um, take help of the previous year questions and like filter out or skim through the pages and try to understand what are the things needed to solve those questions.
Like sir, at your time there was very little or few coachings. So did you used at your time of preparation? Did you used books only, or did you reference some other materials also, like some
Okay.
university articles?
Yeah, so I can tell like during when I was doing BTech, uh, my first year it was general subjects, right? So nothing computer science related. And in the second year, computer science subject started. So that was the first time I was like seeing C language. I liked C language because in my plus two I had C plus plus language, and that was my horror subject. So, but since like I was focusing on entrance exam and all, even though this was a horror, it was like sidelined. I thought like I just needed to pass it, but I really found it hard, C++. And but in the second year, C language, I found it easier. Uh, but after the second year, I had like okayish mark in my BTech, but somehow I was thinking like what I have learned. Okay, C language was an exception, but none of the other subjects I learned anything. Like there was discrete mathematics. I had no idea what I studied there. Again, I passed the exam, but again, for passing, we only need to write some rubbish. So I don't count that. But if say if I was in an IIT, I would have passed only in the C subject. All other subject I would have failed. But in our university, I got I think close to 80%. But but I felt very bad. Like I was not learning anything. So I made a in the third year. I made a decision like I with my friend we went and like bought only the standard books for the subjects, and there were only like few subjects in the third year. Like each semester we have I think 5 or 6 subjects. So I remember like operating system, database. So third year is where like we have the most of the core subject. So operating system, database. I think algorithm was from the third year, second year, but still I got that book. So when I started studying from the standard book, again I was not like very studious. So I used to study like maximum 1 week before the exam. But that 1 week before the exam, I was like trying to read from the standard book only. Again, we had the syllabus for the university exam. So whatever topics from that syllabus, I just used to read from the standard book and try to understand it. And even for the lab exams, I used to look the standard book and try to do those questions. Again, after third year, I think my CGP actually improved compared to the second year. So there was a misconception that if you follow the note or the previous year question bank, you will get more mark. But uh, I found like I think I got around 5% more mark by following the standard book in the BTech exam. And fourth year starting, or mid of the fourth year is where gate exam was. And when the fourth year started, I wanted to prepare for gate exam. But like I told, I was not very studious. So when we had the placements going on, and I was placed in Philips. Uh, in our college, Philips was one of the dream company. So after that, naturally, I became like very lazy, and I stopped or like did not even focus for gate exam, because I thought like, okay, I will join the company, and if I get bored in 1 or 2 years, I will think about gate or any other exam. Yeah, but since I registered for gate, like everyone in my class, I also gave the gate exam. And yeah, that is how I gave the gate exam. But when I went to the gate exam, I thought I could see like I could answer many of the questions. I had not even seen any of the previous year questions, but still, um, many of the questions, like by just reading the question and trying to like logically answer it, uh, I could do it. Say out of 65 questions, I was maybe confident in like 20-25 questions, and some 15 questions maybe like I could do like option elimination, because some of the options I could like easily filter out. And even though I did not prepare for gate in, I was giving the like the placement exams, and in the placement exams, usually like they copy the questions from previous year gate. So in that way, like I have seen many of the like at least the patterns of the questions, and I think that also helped me. So yeah, so that was my gate preparation. There was no direct uh, preparation for the gate, but all the things which I did during my BTech, that was the reason why I could score well in the gate exam. And I was not the unique a person like this in my college. I think every year there were like uh, at least one person who get like a good rank without really like preparing for gate. And I was studying in Thiruvananthapuram in Kerala, and there are anyway like no good gate coachings. Still like and that in a way is good, because I used to say like, had I gone for gate coaching, I would not have scored what I had scored in gate. Because when we go for gate coaching, there is a tendency that we tend to uh, follow whatever is being like taught there without like trying to do our own work. That was exactly what I was doing in my plus two. So even though like my all the teachers I had in my plus two, they were like really good. They were teaching well only, but it's the mistake of like uh, our mentality. Like when we go for coaching, it is that they will take care of everything. We just follow what they tell. So that that kind of approach is like not very good. If you are preparing for gate exam, you should be like driving it. You can like all the coaching and all, they give guidance and they teach the topics, but you should be the driver of your preparations.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah, Sayam, yeah, you can go ahead.
Hi, good evening, sir. I am Sayam, and I got 60 marks this year because in 25. So I just want
Okay.
to. This is not a doubt. I just want to thank you personally and take this chance to appreciate the website you created. It played a very major role in my preparation, and also the list features which you added in the Gate Overflow website, where you can make a custom list, an important list. It helped a lot to bookmark those important questions. So I would just like to thank the entire Gate Overflow team and you for creating such a platform and helping us uh, in getting better marks, I guess.
Okay, yeah, and it's very nice to hear that, and congratulations. And it's very happy that someone make use of some of the features we do. So yeah, that's also like very
I got into
uh,
IIT because of because of your help.
okay. Yeah, that's again very pleasing to hear. Yeah, good luck with your studies. Like which IIT are
Which
you
college,
joining?
bro?
Sir, I got into IIT Indore, CSE.
Okay,
Congrats.
okay. Yeah, good luck with your masters there. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. Also, sir, I wanted to have ask one question. Uh,
Yeah.
like here, we have to select a professor for the thesis work and research work. So I wanted to know that if I choose someone related to AIML or the field which I have excitement for, the field which drives me, so will that research help me get an edge over in placements? Like if I have a AI research, AI related research, and if I apply for AI roles in the future, does that research give me any edge in off-campus placements?
Uh, so if you do like a very good research, that surely will help. But of like the feedback I have got from many of the like good students who did like kind of like not average but above average and actually very good research during their masters in the AI field. What they told is like most of the companies they were, especially in the AI area, they want a minimum PhD if you are going for like research roles. um, uh, so they are not happy with like the kind of research one do as a master student. So because in a master student, even if you are like spending 1 year for research, um, that's actually not a lot, especially in like a area like AI ML. Again, the quality of the research you do will be completely, almost completely determined by the professor you work under. So remember what I told about gate preparation there. Like I told, you must be on like driving uh, your preparation. But when it comes to research, it is not like that. There it is like your professor is the one who will be like uh, driving it. The importance of the professor is way more there. So I used to tell, like when you join MTech, the college matters the most. But when you join MTech research, it is the advisor who matters. So you can be in an average college, and if you work under a excellent professor, that is way better than joining an excellent college and working under an average professor. So, and in other way, like if you do research under a excellent professor, everything will be like uh, easier, because most of the difficult things he will take care of. Yeah, in the AI/ML area, uh, yeah, sorry, I don't have like more information to answer that, and I also don't know about like IIT Indore in particular. Uh, yeah, but even then, if I am considering like most the IITs in general, uh, I won't. Uh, I won't say that like that research will give you a big edge in the placements, but it can help only. Like most of the times you go for placements, it will be the same situation for every student. Means you will have to solve like the typical lead code kind of questions and get the job. Things can change because of the chat GPT and all nowadays. The companies might change the recruiting procedure, but still, I, I feel that that will be the same whether you are doing research or uh, the normal coursework. And in 1 or 2 years, like you will have to do some exceptional work to like stand out and like get placed just based on your thesis work. It is possible, but it will be like um, um, yeah, you will have to like stand out, like getting a gold medal during your masters.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Have a
Okay,
good day.
yeah. Uh, Anyone else has any question? Yeah, there is one question in the chat. Okay. Uh, I have completed 50% subjects of GATE. Other 50% syllabus I will be completing by November. Uh, Whether I should complete the syllabus by November and start revision now, along with test. Uh, I would say that that is up to each one, like when they start giving the test and all. But one general thing I can say is you don't complete a subject unless you are able to answer the questions from that subject. So the question you can take from the previous year exam, GATE exam, or from any subject wise test series. But you should be solving like before saying that you have completed any subject, because I have seen some people saying that they have completed all the subject, but after that they are not able to solve even the not simple, like even the average questions. Okay, yeah. Any other questions? Or like, are there anyone here who is like not a gate aspirant? Okay, there is a chat. I want only full length mocks of gate overflow test series. We have to think like making like a full length only option. But personally, I would say that in the at least in the gate overflow test series, uh, subject wise tests are the more important, because the idea of the subject wise test was that uh, like if you take one subject, that there will be like multiple kind of topics and areas from where some questions can be asked. So the subject wise tests were like created in a way that almost all those areas or all those question types are covered without any kind of duplicates. Now the full length test series, it was like uh, we have 65 questions and they were like kind of chosen from all the subject areas. So it is good for like practice and kind of a real gate experience. But subject wise tests are the ones which covers all the subject and question types. So that's why like when we created the test series, we had no intention of having like a full length mocks, but maybe like um, close to year end we can add that feature, but it's not decided yet. Another question: after completing the subject, first priority would be PYQ of that subject. uh, yeah, I mean, I would say that is a good way. Like after completing one subject, try to solve all the PYQs of that subject, then you know like you have done that subject properly. What is that sound? Okay. Okay,
Sana,
there is.
please mute.
Oh, yeah, is there any pattern that, okay, 2010, 2018 IIT Guwahati conducted? So this kind of story is still there. That is funny because, yeah, I mean, I have been hearing that for like since 2010 about like which, when some IIT conducts question, what is the pattern for that? Uh, Again, first thing is, does that really matter? And the second thing is, like last year there were two papers, right? Was there any pattern between those two papers? And in 2015 there were three papers, and those three papers itself were like very different. So these are all showing that there are actually no patterns whoever creates the uh, question paper. And actually, the question paper is created by like a pool of professors, and I don't think they are from the same IIT even. So the IIT Guwahati or whichever IIT is conducting the exam, the conduction is on the administration side, not on the question paper side. So yeah, so you can expect kind of the same kind of administration things when they conducted 8 years back, but in terms of the question paper, it can be like anything. So no point in looking for that. Okay, gate preparation feels overwhelming. Any tips on that? Uh, so if you try to do everything which a gate aspirant does, then gate preparation will be overwhelming because yeah, if you even see in gate overflow, I think there are like I mean there are thousands of questions, right? So it's like uh, almost impossible for anyone to like go over all of them. So my point is that focus on the most important thing, and the most important thing is the syllabus. And from the syllabus and the previous year questions, I mean, initially you won't know, but if you focus on that, gradually you will know like what all things to study and what all are the important things for the exam. These things you don't need to ask anyone because while preparing, you will gradually know. And since I have seen many toppers in Gate Overflow, uh, uh, like I remember, like when I talk to them as a gate aspirant itself, like they will be knowing like what are the topics to follow, or like what are the things to study. Um, and that came from their preparation only. It's not like they got these things from like their senior or their mentor. They like, if you are studying properly, you will be like learning these things on the go. And in terms of the like um, quantity of the things to study, git computer science is not actually a lot. uh, so even compared to like 10 years back, you see the syllabus, it was much more that time. Like even if you include like web technology, software engineering, that itself had like a lot of things to study. So and even in other subjects like computer network and all, syllabus have only reduced like in the last 5 years. So yeah, so don't try to like do all the things which every aspirant does, and don't focus on like crowd. So I have seen in the like even in the exams test series in Gate Overflow, people try to compare with other people. That is natural, but I say that don't give more importance on that. Focus only on your marks, and you know the eventual goal, right? How much mark you need if you want to be a topper. Those statistics and all are available online. So just focus on that and kind of try to ignore what other people around you are doing. Opinion on gate seal booklets. There some FOMO regarding. I have not much idea about those booklets, but overall, I think I have heard only like good stuff about seal in general. Uh, yeah, but uh, yeah, but again, like booklets and all, like I told, even if they are like good, uh, that's that's again one more resource. It's up to you whether you make use of it or not. I still remember like my chemistry sir during my +2. He is like uh, still a very good inspiration because at that time whatever he used to tell I did not understand, but once I talked to gate aspirants, like I really understand what all things he meant while talking to us. So he used to say like, okay, all the students, like they are very eager to collect any material available, but no one really uses them. uh, so yeah, so if you are using that, I think it will be good, but I don't think it's like a necessity. If you take previous year paper, can you say like how much percentage of question is tricky and how much percentage is having PYQ pattern there? So again, the pattern itself is like different types of pattern. Sometimes, like if you take uh, mainly like the PSU exams and all, it will be like the same question, but maybe like some numbers are changed. But sometimes like the question might be like same question might be asked in a different form. So if you are considering both of these, I would say like maybe 20-25% of the gate might be like from previous year questions. But if you also include like if you solve one question properly and understood every concept behind it, and a new question come which is not touching any new topic, then I would say almost 75-80% of the gate questions are like that, or even maybe 90%. So in that way, that's why like many of the gate toppers, like even those who are getting like 50 rank and all, they say like, okay, only need to study PYQs. But like I told, it's about how you study those questions. Uh, I have covered full maths and can solve most of the PYQs, but after switching to other subjects, I am forgetting some topics. Uh, Again, if I open mathematics notes and recall very fast. Uh, yeah, so I would say like mathematics is one subject which is hard to forget. So if you are forgetting, it means like you have by hearted it. Uh, and mathematics is one subject which no one should by heart, because if you by heart something and you might be able to solve some questions, but after some time or after when you go to the next level of questions, you are like almost like you are doomed. It's like building on top of a weak foundation. I have also faced it like during when I joined my BTech. I thought like mathematics is not important for computer science. That was my misconception then. and I was like solving questions just for passing the exams. And I can say like in two of the semester exams, I got 100 out of 100, even without knowing, like even without understanding the any of the topics involved. But when I went for masters at IIC, that is when I could realize all the hollows in my understanding. Because there, even if you sit for one class, they like it will be clear like whether you know a topic or not. And I was not the solo one there. There were like even people with single digit gate ranks. They were also like in the many of them were also in the same situation. Like uh, they realized that many of their concepts are like not good. Yeah, so mathematics. I mean, for GATE, the mathematics questions are actually way below the even the IIT standard, because that you can compare that with the IIT JEE, right? The computer science questions in GATE are of good standard, but the mathematics questions are often not that standard. So sometimes like the mechanism you do in BTech exams can work for mathematics questions, but still I I would not recommend that. There are only a few topics in um, topics of mathematics in GATE. So try to understand the actual meaning of those topics. Like I have heard many like students say about Sachin Mittal's course, like where he explains all the like real topics in an understandable way. So yeah, so that kind of understanding is what you need for mathematics. And don't like focus first on the understanding and the topics, and you also need the problem solving skill, but without understanding, that skill is useless. So once you understand, then focus on the problem solving and solve the questions. And I can guarantee that if you understand mathematics properly, the recalling or remembering the topic, that won't be an issue. uh, okay, Sujit has a question. uh, In which field you had better learning curve? 4 years PhD versus 4-5 in years industry experience. How significant was your master's experience at IAC? Does the master's gets overshadowed? Okay. Okay, there are a lot of questions. Is PhD in India from good college equivalent to doing a PhD abroad? Okay, so we'll start with the first question. PhD versus industry experience. So if you do the same period, say usually for 5 years, uh, it depends on the kind of experience you get is different from PhD versus industry. So in the PhD, the main experience you are getting is like more like a leadership skill, or like doing something on your own, exploring something. So it is like you have a difficult problem and you have full freedom and you have more time to solve it. That kind of thing you won't get in a like an industry, because at industry things happen fast. You have your deadlines, you have to like so you do obviously you do more things in the industry, and you get more output. But in PhD you do less things, but you go deeper, and you will be like trying to do something which no one else has done before. So in that way, both are different kind of experience. It's kind of not comparable, but the after effect is that say if you work in industry for 4 5 years, you will be learning more things like from those experience. So you say you might have improved, or like you could do some things faster based on that experience. But from the PhD, it will be like that experience will be helping you in a different way. It will be like you might be able to solve some type of problems which otherwise you would not be able to do. You will be able to like lead some project. Again, that experience can come from industry also, but that might take more time in industry. So PhD is, I won't say it is like a necessity, if you want to like excel in your industry career, but uh, it it can only help. So whether you want to do PhD or not, I would say it is like personal preference also. I mean, I am talking only for those people who want to do, like who are considering PhD, and after that want to do like after that want to go into industry. If you are going for academia, PhD is almost like mandatory. Okay, now comparing the master's experience. So if I ask like since all of you are like GATE aspirants, what is the main reason why you all are preparing for GATE? I mean, you are preparing for GATE for master's admission, right? So again, why are you going for master's? No, no one has an answer. Okay, I can tell from like my experience. I was like when I was doing my BTech, I was thinking, okay, like okay, now I have like getting BTech degree, and in MTech, my understanding that okay, we will like study more. What more? I had no idea. Uh, so more and advanced stuff and all we will study, and that was my like expectation. And when I joined IIC, I think that was not completely false. Uh, at least some of that expectation was true only. We did study many like topics, the advanced levels of many subject, but at least 50% of the master's study was like actually correcting what we studied during during our BTech. So it was more like correcting our uh, bachelor's understanding and adding some advanced knowledge on top of it. So if you ask the IIT graduate students, uh, I think the IIT the computer science IIT graduate students, almost no one will be going for masters, because whatever they study, whatever we study during masters, they would have done in their bachelor's itself. And in the I think the final years of bachelor's, they have the option to study even the advanced courses or like the master level courses. So they do it during the BTech itself. And if they want to go for PhD, they directly go for PhD after the bachelor's. So in that way, my MTech was really useful for me because that actually corrected all the bad things from my bachelor's. That was the main point. And also like we learned that experience from masters was, again, like I told about the PhD experience, the industry experience, and the master's experience was like it was not actually the master's experience, but it was about like the student life experience at a top level college like IISc. That was like uh, I mean that has a big impact on uh, like my life and career after that. And I think that is true for almost anyone who studied there, because we learn to do things in a better way, in a faster way. We learn to understand difficult things, and we see like how like expert people solve questions and how they do project. So all these kind of experience that is nothing to do with masters, but that experience of doing masters in a good college. So otherwise, like I have, I mean, if you consider just the masters as a course, I have very poor opinion on it. I won't do it ever. But if I get a chance to do like masters at a place like IISc or like good IITs or good universities abroad, I think anyone should take it. And the PhD in India from top college versus PhD abroad. I think in terms of what you like, in terms of the academics, that that is almost the same. But you have some plus and minus of like doing PhD in India versus abroad. But those are like not that significant. Like I told, it's all about how good your professor is. So if you are working under an excellent professor, uh, and then it's all about like whether you like living like study like living in an Indian campus or in a foreign campus. Again, those are like there are like plus and minus for those. So uh, yeah, in short, there is not much difference. And also, like when you consider PhD abroad, there are like good colleges, average colleges, and excellent colleges. So you should compare that while like going for PhD abroad. CGPA requirement, I don't think like most of the IITs the requirement is I think 6. Some NITs have 6.5, but nothing more than that is required. But for MS, yeah, like some IITs may have higher CGPA requirement, but mostly it won't matter because it may be like 1 or 2 IITs. Uh, okay, most of the topics which I am forgetting are continuous random variables in linear algebra, discrete mathematics. I have good conceptual understanding. Okay. So if I ask, yeah, I mean, I don't want to answer that now because it's touching the subject. So maybe like uh, I would say like if you have some like coaching or teaching, it's better to ask this to that person. But if not, like we can see this like next week. Uh, okay, for better opportunities and uh, okay, I think that was not a question. Uh, yeah, I think we have covered everything. Are there any further questions? Okay, if not, I think we can. So, who is this Mowli? Are you able to talk? Okay, yeah. If not, yeah, I think we can stop for today, and yeah, we can meet next week also same time. Okay, yeah. Good night.